Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today we're going to make basically an informal arrangement for the house. Now, my inspiration for this is really this fruit bowl. Now, I've been using this as a fruit bowl in our living room. I can't remember where I got it, but it's nice and it's crystal. And I thought this would be a great container that a lot of people have containers like this in their own home, and to make flowers for your own home, then just have a look around and see what you've got. So I think this is a nice shape. It's going to be a good source for water because it's got a little bit of depth. And then I really just had a little look for some different flowers. I got some flowers in the garden, so we've got a range of different things, but I also have a few Lisianthus. Now the Lisianthus was really starting to kind of go, but some of the buds have come out. So I still have some of them. I've got a little bit of gladioli, and we're just going to make a mixed arrangement. So how do we do this? Well, we've found our container. What I want to do is I want to use this glass frog and also some wire, basically as our support. But the trick with this is glass, this is glass. This is going to move around, and this is going to be a bit of a problem. So if you've got any of that kind of non-stick or non-slip matting, so this is the kind of matting that you can get for caravans, for kitchens, for putting on shelves that hold glassware basically, and it's perfect for just stopping that moving around. The wire is just an aluminium, soft aluminium wire. You're going to get this in places like Hobby Lobby, different craft shops. You'll get it from your florist as well. Basically, it's a really flexible aluminium wire, and we can just scrunch it. Now the great thing with this is we can use this to support our flowers in combination with our other glass frog, but we can also reuse it again and again. So as you can see, that creates a framework for our flowers to hold. Now the first thing and the most important thing is adding some water. If the water gets a little bit dirty, we can always do a water change, that's not a problem. And I'm going to put a good amount of water in there. And then really it's just a case of looking at our materials. So what I would normally do is put in my foliage first. Now I'm using a knife just to cut this as well. So basically we're going to make a posy style arrangement. So a couple of little pieces of fern. Now these were from the garden. I have a little bit of eucalyptus. Now if I cut that, I can actually keep this bit as a piece of foliage as well. So basically I'm resting the bottom of the stems of this into the holes that are in the glass frog. Now it'll get to a point where you can't see what you're doing really, and that's fine because at a certain point you'll have put in enough volume that you will actually start to create a framework with the flowers themselves. So that's really what we're looking for with this initial amount of foliage that we're putting in, is creating that framework. So this is cinerea, and you can buy that as an annual plant, put it in the garden. Depending on where you live, it'll go for a year or two. If it can get through the winter, then it's fine. Sometimes it doesn't look so beautiful. So in colder climates, then people tend to use it more just as an annual. Now this was something that I just spotted. It was near my bin area, and it's basically the elderflower. I've got a real problem with elderflower in my hedge, but I think that just adds a little bit of interest into our design. Eucalyptus. I decided that it would be a really good idea to invest in a plant. So I've actually got a eucalyptus plant now. And I'm hoping that it's going to be a little bit source for just the odd little bit when you need a little bit of eucalyptus, and I've got it on hand. So as you can see, we're starting to build up a framework. So really, when you're looking from above, I've got 1, 2, 3 with the solidago, 1, 2, 3 with the cinerea. I've put the fern leaves opposite each other, and really you're just building up this structure, as I say. Now, this was something that I used recently in a video. It's in my garden. I called it September flower. I honestly don't know if it is a September flower, but it is just beautiful. So we shall pop it in. It really is quite tall in the garden. It's about 5 foot. So it's a good height. But I do see it out and about as well when I'm walking the dog. So it is something that's either escaped or it is a wild thing, but I think it's just too pretty to be just wild. So as you can see, this gives a contrast to the heavier elements. Now, I do have a couple of echinacea. Now, this is a plant that's known for its medicinal properties, so I think it's good for the immune system. But I bought it because it is really a nice plant for going in the border. And that gives us a little bit of weight into there. A little echinacea bud. Now that other little bit of foliage that I added a minute ago, that was some mint. So really, just use what you've got. This is another type of mint. We've got about 3 different ones in the garden. And adding something that has a bit of a smell really makes a huge difference. But also that mint also has a bit of a flower as well. Now these are just a few little marguerite flowers. So this is really like the border marguerite. As opposed to like the little kind of French ones that you get. I think they just add like a nice little touch as well. So now, our main kind of flower that I wanted to put in was these Lisianthus, and I think they really just have the perfect summer look. So a lot of people will look at these and they're not quite sure what they are. They think they're a rose, but the Lisianthus gives that kind of rose effect without being a rose. And you get them in lots of different varieties and types. So this is obviously a real double version. It's very easy to cut. And the great thing with Lisianthus is it actually likes the heat. So if your house is more on the warm side or you live in a warm area, then Lisianthus is actually a very good flower for using. It won't mind the warmth. But as you can see, this is just adding the right size of flower for our design. So looking at a crystal bowl like this, I tend to think of the rose bowls that people had so popular in the past. And really the Lisianthus gives that effect off the old rose bowls. And just pop that one in there. This one's not in such good condition, and that's really the thing, is you just want to, yeah. It's not a problem to use things that are only got a day or two in them, as long as you know that, and that's okay. So especially if it's in your own home, if it's only going to last for a day or two, then it's not a problem, just enjoy it and use it, and that's fine. So really we have our lovely little rose bowl. I do have one or two little gladioli, but I think, to be honest, they're not the right material for going in here. They're the right kind of colours, but they're the wrong kind of shape. So I think we're pretty much done. The thing with this is we want this to look light. We want it to look natural. So things need to have a little bit of space and a little bit of movement. They don't want to feel overly crowded and too busy. It's already quite busy in the sense that it's got a lot going on and a lot of materials, but that's really the joy of it. It's kind of like a celebration of summer flowers, basically brought into the house for you to enjoy. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope I've shown you that it's quite easy to put together an arrangement. If you can get hold of this wire, then it really is a good thing for reusing again and again. And basically when you scrunch it, you can make it fit any container that you've got. So that is our design for today. Because they're in water, they're going to last quite well. They're going to be quite happy. Just keep an eye on the water level, and if you need to top it up, then you can do that. Now, we've got new videos every week. We'd love you to join us for our next design. If you're feeling inspired and want a little bit more inspiration, then have a look in the description box, and we'll post a link for one of our other videos that you might enjoy as well. So thank you for watching. If you'd like to support our channel, then please like the video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. It really does help if you can do that. And if you want to support us more, our PayPal information is in the description as well. So thanks for watching, and we hope to see you soon.